This is how we're double checking that the hole's in the right place from the outside. Gav's outside.
Metal hole saw, and I just moved it around until it stuck. Now that's on the magnet that Hannah's got.
So now it should just be stuck to the other side. If I pull this off, then that'll fall off.
What I'm trying to do is get these, transfer this hole from this side that I've done onto the other. Right, you can either go from that guardrail, bottom of that handrail, as long as wherever you hold it on, it's got to be exactly the same at the other side.
From here because it's equal on both sides.
Right, take it down with you.
That's that part done for you.
There's that one.
This other part, you're going to have to weld it on.
I'll let him position it properly.
So we'll turn that round. That will mark the hole all the way around. Come out there.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Nowhere near.
Unfortunately, the wind noise was too much in this clip, so I'm having to voice over it. You see those pen marks on the tunnel? They are slightly proud of the hull at the front of the boat, or the bow, and you'll see round the back they are flush, and that's done intentionally to deflect the water. So once I've fed the tunnel in, it'll deflect water away from going in the tunnel, and it creates less drag when you're sailing or motoring.
Quite right here.
Okay, so I've now got my tunnel in place, and I'm just mixing up some, I've just put 10 pumps of 105 in, I'll put 10 pumps of 205 in, mix that up, and put my colloidal silica in, make a really thick paste, and then I'll go around the edge, same on this side, really put plenty in there, make sure it's nice and strong. Right, so I've got the thickening epoxy and I've just built it up and gone up the sides like this. Try to take off the excess. So that's both sides all faired in now. Done around this support tube. Done this side. What I'll do now is I'll get a little bit of heat in here, let that go off, and then I'll go outside, fill the outside bits that I need to fill, and then come back inside and start glassing up the sides. I've ground down all this, make it smooth now, and then I'm going to run strips of fiberglass from the hull through inside all the way around, and then I'm going to put one full piece all the way around. And I've marked all the way around this, so when I take that off now, I'm going to glass it all in. I know to make sure I don't go anywhere near that area. Just an update on what I've done. I've run 8 strips about 2.5–3 inch off the tube up onto the hull all the way around, and then one over the top from that bulkhead down onto the hull here, so it ties them in together and strengthens it, and then I'll put some more around the hull there. And once that's done, I'll do this side. Now, I'm no expert on fiberglass, so I don't pretend to be, but I know rolling out is the ultimate important thing. Make sure you get all the air out and get the resin spread in the glass fibres till it doesn't move anymore and you can't see any white patches. Right, so I'm just doing a bit of preparation for tomorrow. I'm going to go on the outside of the boat and fiberglass from the hull and into the tunnel. So I've prepped a load of 600 gram. These are my 600 gram. These are slightly longer for where the tunnel, for the front of the boat, where the tunnel is slightly wider. And then these are 300 or 320 gram. It's not a combination, this one's just a woven rope. So I have got a marker, I've had my mask on. It's an early morning start again. I've got the fiberglass on. I've just ground down, make sure it's nice and smooth, ready for gel coat. The Bowthruster tunnel. As soon as that gel coat's dried, I can anti-foul it and then put it in. Right, quickly show you what I've done. So that was the strengthener there, the smaller one. There's the bigger one. So I had to cut into that slightly. So the tunnel goes across. I've took 600 gram combination across the tunnel, up there, across the tunnel, up there, across the tunnel, onto the hull to build up the strength. So any shock that was going through that strengthener now goes across the tunnel onto the hull, and then if it travels through the tunnel it goes onto that forward bulkhead. So that area now is really strong. It's way stronger than it were before. There's one thing you've got to make sure. I've noticed there's a couple of little blobs of resin on here, so you've got to sand them out and just make sure this is perfectly smooth, so when you mount the motor house bracket on, it fits really snug. So if there's any little high spots of resin like there is there, I need to make sure I sand that off. So I've got my centre hole, and then on the instructions it says to come across 24mm that way, 24mm that way. So now I'm going to drill the 30mm hole and then the two 9mm either side. Right, okay, so with the the propeller housing, gear housing in place down below in the tube, I've lifted the motor on, and all that to do with, there's like a shaft with a spigot going through, so I've just had to line that up, twist that into place now, and that's all ready for wires connecting up. And we'll give it a test before we run all the wires back through the boat.
Right, so what I'm doing now is, excuse the big footprint, it weren't quite dry. So I've checked it and it works. Just run the negative cable round and then the battery cables from the charger. So they're going through there. To avoid any copyright infringements, I better voice over this bit because I left the radio on. Right, so you can see I've running the cables right through the boat, and they go to the battery charger that is under the navigation table, and then where I'm pointing there is where the main neutral bar is, so the neutral will go there, and then they're live to the battery charger. And then the battery charger is under there, so the positive will be going to there, and then the other positive will go into the engine bay, into a diode, and the other cable will go through right up the pedestal to the control joystick thing. So, running wires right now.
Right, so I've done the extra work that the surveyor said. So what I've done is built that up loads, so it's not far off level with top, filled in underneath, filled in more up onto the bulkhead, and then there was a void at the back, and we've gone right down with thickened epoxy, so all the way that hollow space under there is now thickened epoxy underneath. So that whole Bowthruster tunnel is solid all the way across onto that bulkhead, onto the hull, on this little strengthener, and then this one here you can see is the it's like a keel. That's it, happy days. So as you can see, that's where I mounted it. Just turn it on, press that down for a second, just push that over starboard, push that over for port, and I'll let that turn it off. Happy days. Here's what you'll need to do your own Bowthruster. So the Lewmar 5 kilowatt Bowthruster kit was £1,300. The fiberglass tunnel was £220. The 95 amp hour battery was £100. Fiberglass resins and accessories. Now accessories included the resin pots and the steering sticks, etc. That came to £441. Gloves, brushes and sanding discs, they came to £55. The control cable, which is the one from the Bowthruster right to the joystick, was £56. All the power leads, the cables, came to £200. We had those made up. The router bit for cutting the hole come to £11. The bilge paint was £22 per tin, and then the gel coat, the boatyard let us have a tin of that for £10. So the total was £2,415. That's $3,139.95 US dollars.
We do hope this video has been some help to you, whether you're wanting to install your own bowthruster or just curiously watching how it's done. Like I said, we don't claim to be professionals, and it's not something that we took on lightly. We did a lot of research before finding out how it's installed and which bowthruster we needed. So we're very happy with the results, and if you have any questions, leave in the comments below. I'll try as best to answer. If you did enjoy the video, it'd be greatly appreciated if you subscribed, especially because we're going to be doing some more of these kind of how-to or instructional videos.